Hello, everyone. This is meteorologist Xavier Hunter, and the tropics are starting to get more active. We have three systems to watch, including one that may become a potential threat for the southeast coast, including the state of North Carolina. So let's go and go over all three systems. We'll briefly go over Gabrielle and 93L with a main focus on 94L. So going ahead and looking at our main wide view of tropics here, you can see Hurricane Gabrielle right there, a powerful Category 4 hurricane moving away from Bermuda and starting to move to the east, which will probably make a potential brush with the Azores as well. Next, we also have Invest 94L here, bringing showers and thunderstorms through the Caribbean islands currently and expected to move somewhere in the southwest Atlantic, where it may impact portions of the southeast U.S. coast here, but it is too early to determine. And then we also have 93L, just about a thousand miles away from, 93L, which is a thousand miles away from 94L, and that system could develop and bring potential impacts to the island of Bermuda here. So we got a lot of things going on after a quiet stretch of hurricane season through late August and September, but it's now ramping back up here. So let's go briefly go again over Gabrielle. Category 4 hurricane, 140-mile-per-hour winds. Still looking very impressive on satellite at the moment. However, we're starting to see indications that shear and dry air is starting to increase on the system. So we're expecting a weakening trend over the next, throughout this rest of its life period. Not before potentially impacting portions of the Azores, which they have currently a hurricane watch for all of the islands. So if you do live in the Azores, continue to monitor the forecast and have your hurricane plan in place. By the weekend, the system will continue to weaken, but it can also now bring portions of impacts into Spain and Portugal as well as a weakening extratropical system. So if you live in this area, you also should be prepared for potential impacts on that system as well. All right, next system we'll take a look at is Invest 93L, which is about 1,000 miles from the islands and from 94L. As you can see, the system is becoming gradually better over time here, and it is expected by the end of the week or perhaps earlier that this system becomes our next tropical cyclone before 94L here. But as you can see, good curvature in the system here, a lot of convection going around here. And if the system continues to continue to produce convection, we'll just see an area of low pressure develop in the next 48 hours, and it will become our next tropical cyclone. And as you can see from our graphic here of a multi ensemble plot, so it takes so what Tomer did, which is he is the developer of this plot here. It takes all the models here and brings it together to get a big confidence of where this system will go here. So as you can see, this system will most likely travel well east of the United States East Coast. But as you can see, portions of Bermuda is now will likely be in play here. So it's a similar track to Gabrielle, but this may impact portions of the Bermuda Islands this time around. So if you live in that region here, be prepared for potential impacts for the system, and this may become strong as well too. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that as well. All right, next system and the main system we'll go over here is Invest 94L, located right on top of the islands here, producing showers and thunderstorms in this region here. It's definitely very organized, and it's basically thanks to this upper level low, as you can see north of Hispaniola, that is producing shear into this region right here. Once this upper level low dissipates and once the system moves, I say north of the islands here, conditions should start to begin to become more favorable for this to develop on the system, and we could also see a tropical cyclone develop within the next, basically by the end of the week as well. So conditions are, in terms of sea surface temperatures, the conditions are absolutely perfect for sea surface temperatures. Temperatures between 29 and 30 degrees Celsius temperatures. Potentially will be no problem with the system as it develops as well. And then next is the environment of the system. And this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky because we're going to have also, again, 93L in the picture as well. So it looks like in general, this system will be west of the upper ULLC, so upper level anticyclonic system. So we'll see. It won't be in a perfect environment, but the environment should be good enough for this thing to develop and potentially strengthen off the southeast Atlantic. And as you can see here, that low pressure, you can see if you see the winds here, they're pushing to the north. So this system looks like it'll be able to vent convection to the north of the system. So one, it's going to help vent out the system, help it develop and strengthen it. But two, this may help push precipitation to the north or northwest of the system. So we're probably going to have to watch out for potential of significant rainfall north of the system before the actual system comes along here. But like I said, it is really early to determine impacts or where it's going to. But that's something we'll continue to keep an eye on as well. And the main concern, the reason why I believe this will be a main concern here is this big area of high pressure right on top of us that's forecasted to develop to the north of uh, us. So the system may not be able to go out to sea like we've seen in the other models, but most could that it could potentially start to move to the west under the ridge and impact land, or move to the north and brush portions of the southeast coast. This is basically the main reason why I have a pretty big concern with this system at the moment. Let's go look at some of the ensemble members. We won't look at the actual one guidance member, but we'll take a look at ensemble members, both the Euro, the GFS, and a new model system that is gaining traction in the weather community. So let's look at the European model here. To the right is 93L. As you can see, it should push more to the west here, away from the US coast, but potentially to Bermuda. But you can see my concern with it, with the majority of the models developing in the southwestern Atlantic and moving to the north and potentially northwest, curving potentially into portions of the southeast coast here. If we take a look at the GFS model, now GFS systems are pretty interesting because what it does is combine the systems together close enough that we'll call it a Fujiwara effect, where two systems rotate around each other, and potentially one will merge with one another depending on their strength here. So that's what that scenario the GFS shows, and majority of the system actually pushes it out to sea actually. So it's another potential scenario on the hands here that could happen. So again, everything's still on the table here, so it could or could not happen. And then lastly, our final model we'll look at is going to be the FNV3 model. It's a Google DeepMind AI track model, and this model has been doing pretty good this hurricane season. It has detected storms that we didn't think it's going to be storms, or storms that they did not become storms actually did not become storms. So it's been a pretty good model here. Again, you see 93L pushing west of us, but you can see 94L does develop between Hispaniola and Cuba and turns it to the northwest, including into portions of the southeast coast here. So just another model run here that could happen here. Um, so definitely concerned for 94L here that the system may become a tropical cyclone off the southwestern Atlantic and potentially become a decent storm that could impact portions of the southeast U.S. coast, including North Carolina. And that's basically it. Again, Gabrielle moving to the east, going toward the Azores, and then 93L moving to the potentially bringing impacts to Bermuda. So if you live in the southeast U.S. coast, begin to monitor the system here for potential impacts. Have a hurricane plan in place. Gather all necessary essential items here, and if you do live along the coast, prepare for know your evacuation plans in case evacuation potentially go out to for 94L. So that is it. If you enjoyed, please do like and subscribe. It's been meteorologist Xavier Hunter, and we'll see you tomorrow for another update.